All right, we are recording a Business Tracker review for 2019, kind of per this email. We started a couple recordings and realized there was some issues with it, so we're going back and just doing a new recording now that they should be fixed. So first thing to address is this question here. For broker cost of sale, there are 5 columns, one for 50 off the top, one for KW company dollars, one for royalty, one for KW cares, and one for broker cost of sale total, which is the aggregate of all of the other things. This will be updated for all transactions closing in 2019. So the first thing Jenna should know, and we should all know, is that Jenny has the 2019 Business Tracker set up with 2 completely different sets of formulas, I think. So she has columns for all of the transactions that were written in 2018, but will close in 2019. And then she has columns for all of the transactions that will be written in 2019 and close in 2019. And they're completely different formulas based upon the year that they're written. And so the formulas associated with the ones written in 2018 but closing in 2019 will still include the KW reduction to the $50 off the top from the $250, because that's what we've negotiated with KW because we're a mega agent team. It'll still include that because that KW is applying to us in 2015. But the agent pay, how we're calculating the agent compensation, will still include the 2018, $250 off the top, broker fee, because that's our relationship with the agent for that calendar year, less the 10% off the top, which is the old career track, times the agent pay, which is based upon the old career track. And there's formulas associated with the ISA set transactions in there, the showing agent set transactions, and all of that. Then for 2019, there is a change in all the formulas written in 2019, which again, we still have the KW $50 off the top, but then separately we have different agent pay, which is going to be, instead of the $250 off the top and then the 10% applied, we have agent pay as GCI less a $450 off the top, and then there is no 10%. So it's GCI less $450 off the top times agent pay is how we come up with agent pay in 2019. And then we have the ISA set and the showing agent and a couple of those other miscellaneous things that we need to apply for 2019 agent pay. And then the only other difference in 2019 from 2018 is that for new agents such as Brittany and Sinjin and soon to be Cindy, we do have a deduction for their royalty and half of a quarter cap. So that amounts to, royalty is $3,000. A quarter cap is $5,000. I'm giving them a break, and I'm giving them half of a quarter cap, which is $2,500. So basically, we're going to collect $5,500 from the agents in 2019, and that would only be applied to Sinjin, Brittany, and any new agents. The way that we do that is a 5% deduction on every transaction, and then the team just pays whatever the team pays, and we collect that at 5% up until they contribute $5,500, and then they cap, and we don't collect that 5% anymore. So you'll see that into 2019 formulas as well. So with all that said, back to the email, and what we're looking at here is these 5 columns, and Jenny can show you those broker cost of sale columns, and these are for 2019.
Right, so they are these purple columns. So there's the $50 broker off the top, there's the KW company dollars, which caps out. When does that cap out?
So from the team's perspective, when the team pays in $60,000 in total KW dollars, then the team caps.
So this will, when that happens, when we reach that cap, these will turn into zeros always. That won't automatically happen. The formula is set to calculate this to be a number. So when that happens, we will have to go in and fix this column so that it automatically puts zeros in there. And Ashley, when she goes through and processes these using the KW transaction sheets, she will see when it starts to be zero and that these should be zero and at that point we can assume that the cap has been reached and that these will be zero. We can also, at any time, we can calculate what the cap is from these company dollars simply by summing up however much we have in this column. This is KW royalty, which also caps.
It also caps. The royalty cap is a function of how many agents we have on the team. So it's $3,000 per agent. The team is responsible for paying that. Again, we recollect it with that 5% deduct from the newer agents. We just simply cover it for the legacy agent or the older agents. But right now, if you assume, roughly 7 participating agents on the team, I think that's right. That'd be 7 times 3,000. That's 21,000. So when the team pays in 21,000, that would be reduced to zeros. But then if we recruit another agent, KW is going to apply $3,000 again to us. So, those two columns, we just have to keep an eye on them based upon what cycle we are in for our cap for the year and if we've hired an agent or not.
Right. And then this will always be the KW Cares $5. I think it should always be charged in every transaction, but I feel like there have been a few instances where Ashley has said it wasn't charged, or a slightly smaller amount was charged. This column is the sum. It's all these combined together. So those are the broker cost of sale columns.
All right. So that's what that is. Those broker cost of sales columns that we just went over are only the ones that are written in 2019. That'll be applied. If Jenny showed you other columns in the business tracker that are for the ones written in 2018, those formulas would not be the same. They would reflect essentially what we did last year. Is that right?
Not for broker cost of sale.
Oh, no, broker cost of sale, sorry.
They should all be the same.
Yeah, everything that settles in 2019 is the same for broker cost of sale. Agent pay is a little bit different for things in 2018 than 2019. All right, so for any transactions written in 2019 or after, here's how she calculated the following. So team referral cost of sale. A team referral cost of sale would be Jenna or Karen.
Before you do this, let me just show her.
Okay.
So like he was saying, anything that was written in 2018 but closes in 2019 the pay for the commissions that are paid will be based on 2018's pay method. So any of these transactions that you see in here, they were all written in 2018 and will close in 2019, unless some of them have closed, which might be the case. I just need to remove them if that's the case, which I can do. But so all of the ones here that have populated with calculated pay, those are based on the 2018 method of payment. So you'll notice, like, if you go down to the very last transaction that's entered in here, and if you look at the formula for that, and then you go to the next row down, that formula will be different because these are for, these rows would be for any transactions written in 2019 which have a different pay method. So that's why you might notice from the last line of transactions to the first blank line, there's a change in the formula. That's all.
Yeah, and that's good for Ashley. We'll send this recording to Ashley as well so that she knows that the agent pay type on the agent commission sheets are different for those written on January 1st, 2019 or later. So to come up with 2019 stuff written in 2019, not necessarily stuff that's settled, but stuff written and ratified in 2019. Here's how we come up with different versions of agent pay. So the first one I'm going to address, actually, I think, is OSA, which is down here. So we're going to go in a different order. So this agent pay for 2019, Jenny will show you the formula in a second, but basically you have gross commission income. So if we have a calculator out here, if it's $200,000 times 0.03, 3%, and then plus the 685 transaction fee, GCI is 6685. If there is an outside referral, that would be the example of that would be if a Remax agent gave us the business and we owed them 25%. That 25% could be would be of $6,000, not the 6685, because we wouldn't pay them 25% of our transaction fee. So 25% of $6,000 is $1,500. So in this circumstance, we'd take GCI less the $1,500, and then we take that less the $450 off the top, and that answer would be, so there would be no team referral. If there's an outside referral to a Remax agent, this would always be 0, and so we take this answer times the agent split, which let's say it's scrubbed, then that would be times 0.3, and the agent would get paid $1,420.50 would be the answer there. In another example, if there was a team admin referral, which is this top line here, is how you calculate team referral. So let's say it's a 17% referral, and let's say that happens to be $1,500 as well. It wouldn't be, but let's say it was. Again, if you have gross commission income of $66.85, it would be, this outside referral would be 0 because there's no Remax agent referring us the business because it came from, say, Karen. So $66.85 minus the $450, and then minus the $1,500, so essentially same as before, which this would go to our administrator as a bonus, times the scrubbed business. The agent pay would be $1,420.50. The last example is the most common one, which we're not getting a referral from a Remax agent. We're not getting a referral from our administrators. We're just GCI 6685 minus 450 that the team takes equals the answer of 6235. And then let's say it's a system, or let's just say it's scrubbed business. No, let's say it's a system business. The agent converted it on their own, so times 40%. And so the agent will get paid $24.94. Now you can see over here, if there happens to be a showing assistant involved, then there's going to be a deduct of the showing assistant fee. So that's where we start to look at these 3 lines up here, these 4 lines up here, are the reflect the amounts for outside referral, the amounts for team referral, the amounts for showing agent, and the amounts for ISA, which is not in the formula. So essentially, if we are at a team, a system-based business paid at 40%, the agent would normally get $24.94. But let's say there's a showing agent involved at 5%. And so the showing agent calculation is GCI, so 6685. There would be no, let's say there's no outside referral. So 6685 minus the 450. And let's say there's no team referral, and it would be times 5%. So if we just do that real quick, 6685 minus the 450 times 5%. So the showing agent would be 311.75, and I think we had 24.94 as the answer to the agent's commission. And then if we're minusing the showing agent in this case, which was 311 I think it was 0.25, the agent would actually get paid $21.8275. So Jenny's going to show you where these formulas are in the business tracker in a moment. We're just going to do another recording to show you those, and then we'll wrap it up.